Welcome, everyone. The ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this. The battle for the national championship and college football immortality. A moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on a squad from the SEC. A crew looking to make a strong statement. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. Returner looking to make a play here. Steps out of bounds at the 19. That's where they'll start the drive. And here comes the offense out for their first possession of the game. Well, here we go. The energy in this building is absolutely amazing, Kirk. We are just 60 minutes away from crowning a new national champion in college football.
And think about it, as a player, this is really what you dream about. This is what you work towards, having an opportunity to get to the national championship. Both these teams have worked hard. Now they're here. Let's see how it plays out.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he crosses the 30. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And the wideout goes in motion. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
And he's past the 45. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38. First down and 10 now.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play and great execution here by this offense.
They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Here early in the game, the defense right away realizes what they're up against. Having an opportunity to move this receiver around to give him a chance to get out in space are the plays that can really call.
Got space, looking to score. In a national championship game, you can't do a better job than setting the tone immediately.
Look, it's the biggest game of the year, so you got to bring your best. An opening drive, the offense right there just did that. That's how you get this thing started.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team's on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So Kansas State's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Oh, and it's dropped. A chance for a big play here in the early going, but some jitters on the part of that receiver. The Wildcats will line up to punt it away. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Offense comes out to start this drive. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
Breaking free at the 35. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. All right, let's get back to the action. Getting closer to finding out who will be celebrating here tonight. Here's a 1st and 10 play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
I really like to see the counter mixed in there with your base concepts to keep the defense honest. Now, they didn't burst a big run, but if you keep mixing it in as the game progresses, you might catch the defense over pursuing.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. The offense now operating in the red zone. And at 1st down, they go right back to him. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Now it's 2nd down here. Receiver in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down. The offense sets up with a 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. Nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
Another handoff to him on 2nd and goal. The Soft were able to bring him down quickly.
Positive yards, that's all you want to see as an offense. As long as you're moving the ball forward, it's going to give you a chance to continue to get 1st downs. What are they looking at now? 3rd and inches, it looks like.
So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kurt.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the 1st quarter to establish the lead, the 2nd quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. Time is running out before halftime to cut into this now 2-possession lead. He's running out of time here. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass you've got to have to come up with and make a catch. The shotgun running play call. Fights off a defender. Now it's another broken tackle. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
2nd down after that previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Breaks the tackle. Now he's got room to run. Big play across midfield. Now they're threatening at the opponent's 38.
And I don't think the defense had any clue that the screen was being called. They're getting upfield, getting pressure on the quarterback, and that ball gets dumped. There's no one left to be able to slow him down from getting a big gain.
Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
I think the defense got fooled here. They thought that receiver was going to go deep downfield. He ends up curling back to the inside for a nice gain.
But nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Recovery by the defense, headed the other way. Oh, and he's in the clear down the left side. Can they catch him? Inside the 10.
Oh, it's your worst nightmare if you're a quarterback. They bring the blitz. He doesn't recognize it. Ball goes on the ground. Defense does a great job of picking this thing up. That's exactly what they hope for. Catch the quarterback off guard. It works out, and it gets him a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. They add the extra point, and the lead now 21-zip. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And here's the return from inside the 5. Returner tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. You'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch hauled in here over the middle and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their third and final of the half. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Defense is coming after him. And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And throwing again on 2nd and 10. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long. But when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your...
And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And it's incomplete, a last gasp pass as time expires in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, thanks. What else might we expect in a game of this magnitude? Everything on the line, the eyes of the sports world on this battle with the coveted gold trophy at stake. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They get the second half started with their running play.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Looking to pass here on second down. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. Well, they feature the fullback as a receiver there, Kirk, but the defense was not fooled. They're all over.
I like the idea of trying to change it up and get the ball to the fullback because he doesn't get his hands on it very often. But as you said, the defense all over that, not fooled at all. And the result
gets past the tackler into open space now. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. And the Wildcats looking to crank up the tempo a bit. On first down, it's play action. It's complete. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Getting set. Here's second down. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
He's got a man down the middle. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
Here comes the point after attempt. Point after is good. They're down 14 now, 21-7. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the offense trots back onto the field here. They're going to run it here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz. And that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. Big guys up front line up. It's first down. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
4th down and 2 in their own territory. Coach shows no hesitation. The offense is on the field. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Inside the 45. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Pretty Pretty good chance it's going to come down to the final possession. Which guy can step up and make plays as we head to the fourth quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. They'll run it to the left. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. Brought down at the 3. That was a solid run.
You're starting to see this defense, I think, wear down now that we're in the fourth quarter. It's been a tough day for them, and the offense is taking advantage of it. A lot of positive plays. Good job at eating as much clock as they can here on this drive in the fourth quarter.
He's swarmed by the defense. 2nd and goal for the offense. Looking to score with a run to the right.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And they'll set up for the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. They'll return it from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He pulls it in for a big gain. Tackle made after a big gain. The Wildcats will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
How about the job by this defense against this receiver? One of the top receivers in the country. They knew he was going to be able to be a big factor in this game, and they have kept him quiet all game long until right now. In the fourth quarter, he comes up with his first catch.
2nd down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing the screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You've got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. And he'll set up to throw. Complete to the running back. But can he get there? No, he didn't get there. Tackled short of the marker. That is a crushing play as they try to cut in to this lead. Handoff here from the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Running with purpose.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
And a timeout is taking just 2 seconds left on the clock. The offense knocking on the door here with a first and goal. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The tackle is made, and now it's official. We have our national champions. Well, this was an intriguing matchup coming in. We weren't sure which way it was going to go. Kirk, what do you think made the difference today?
Well, I think it's the critical moments, the third downs, the red zones, the turnover margin. Those are the areas you're usually going to see the difference in a close game, and today they were able to come up on top in a lot of those aspects of the game.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.